Alrighty, YouTube, welcome back to... Hang on a second, this isn't Rat 10. So I guess in this case, welcome to Farmy. Before I get into it though, don't worry, I'm not abandoning Rat 10. I just need a little bit of time to kind of recollect myself. If you saw the last video, you would have seen that I'm having some troubles tuning the engine, and my want to work on it right now has just gone absolutely out the window. Don't worry, I'm going to be right back into this because as soon as I'm done the stuff that I want to do to Farmy, mainly because I'm going to daily drive it for a while so that I have something different to drive other than my Blazer, then we'll get right back into finishing Rat 10. All that being said though, I'm going to cut you into some footage that I took a year ago when I actually picked this truck up and brought it home. It's nothing crazy, it's just me showing you that I bought a new truck, driving down to pick it up, the yard, and coming home with it. And then after that, I'm going to do my best dramatic recreation of how I figured out how to get it running, get a quick overview of the truck, and then I'm going to start doing a little bit of work to it. So let's jump into the footage from a year ago. Alrighty, YouTube, we're doing something a little different today because I got a little impulsive and I bought another truck. I'm going to go load up my Blazer with all the straps and stuff so I can go to my dad's place, get his truck, and we're going to go get it. Grab these straps. Let's head on out. Alright, we got my dad's 03 Duramax. Let's go for a trip. This should be fun. This is the first time I've ever hauled a car solo, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Alright, we're at the yard. Look at this pile of garbage. Came with original keys, look at this. A little bit of a pile of crap, but we're gonna winch it on the trailer and deal with it once we get home. Alrighty, we're back on the highway home. Take a look behind me. Look at that guy. Look at that rusty little truck. God, that thing is not bad. It's in better and worse shape than I thought it was gonna be in, let's put it that way. It's got some rust on it, obviously, but it's gonna be fun. I kind of came up with a name on it on the way home. It came from an old farm, and I've always wanted a truck to build into like a little drift machine or a drift missile, if you will. So I think we're gonna call her Farmy the Skid Truck. I think that's fitting. So I'll put you away for now. I'll show you unloading it when I get home. You're just gonna have to imagine a big truck here with a trailer and then us rolling it off into the backyard to where it's currently sitting right now. So here it is, all unloaded off the trailer. This is a 1987 red cab short box Chevy S10 that I paid $1,200 for the sole fact that it is a regular cab short box with a 305 under the hood and a 700 R4 automatic. Now I haven't done much other than unload it off the trailer, so we're gonna just discover things here. The hood is a little sticky, I figured out. Look at that 305 and all of its glory. First things first, I guess the battery's disconnected, so we can hook that up temporarily. Okay, we have battery. Let's see if we have power. Oh, I got a beep. I got lights. Ooh. It doesn't look like any fuel. Oh, this was, to my knowledge, a 2.5 5-speed truck, Iron Duke, same as Rat 10 used to be. So it probably has an electric fuel pump. There curiously are some switches on the dash. I don't know what they do. There is, yeah, these two here. There's an orange one, doesn't seem to do anything, and a red one, also doesn't seem to do anything. I suppose we could turn the ignition on and try them. Red. Oh, it's got an electric fan. Okay, that's cool. So then I wonder if this guy, let's take a listen. I just popped the gas cap off. Oh, that's a fuel pump. If we just, I do hear air bubbles and such up front. There is an aftermarket pressure regulator. The original 2.5 fuel filter just hanging here. Ooh, I saw fuel inject in. The accelerator pump works, that's good. I wonder if she'll just go. Yeah! Okay, this is instantly the best $1,200 I've ever spent. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder, the ad said it had brake issues, but I'm still curious if it'll roll forward and backwards. The brakes work. Crawled under the back off camera. It has true duals with cherry bombs. They literally cut off right under the bed. I'm gonna rev it once for you. This is the best $1,200 I've ever spent. This is awesome. Okay, now I have preemptively put insurance and registration on this because I was really hopeful. Now keep in mind, this is still a dramatic recreation of what happened, but as soon as I found out that the truck ran and moved under its own power, took it for just a little lap around my cul-de-sac and then around the block, and I'm like, this is pretty good. I called up a buddy, I'm like, hey Matt, you wanna come over and test drive my new truck? So he comes over, hops in the passenger seat, and we proceed to go test drive my truck. God, this thing's awesome. It is in gear, apparently. That I didn't know happens. Alrighty, let's go take this for its first test drive. You know, so far it's pretty good. It runs, it drives, it actually stops. I don't know what the brake work was talking about in the ad. Alright, buddy, let's see what this thing's got. It just spun the tire. Man, this thing's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what the ad was talking about. The brakes work great. Brake problems? Nah, there can't be any of those. It's really not as dramatic as I'm making it out to seem, but the truck had brake problems. I guess it was an issue. It was still drivable. Hence why I'm taking you on the first dramatic recreation of its original test drive. And of course, after me and my buddy learned that it would peel one tire just merging onto a main road without any throttle, we took it to the closest highway merge lane that we could find. All right, we're near the highway. Let's see what this junk's really got in her. And that right there, no word of a lie, is exactly how the very first test drive of Farmy went. And now I guess I'll give you a basic overview of the truck before we get into just the simple things that I want to do to it while I'm avoiding working on Rat 10. The truck, as far as I know, is completely bone stock, other than there's a 305 under the hood and a 700 R4 automatic. Like I said, it used to be a 2.5 Iron Duke, 5-speed, manual steering, power brake truck. Was a radio option truck, unlike Rat 10. Rat 10's a factory radio delete truck, believe it or not. It does have a ventless dash. Here, I'll take you out of the tripod. As you can see, there's no side vents. It's literally just to the windshield, to the floor. Rat 10 had the same dash in it, which is how it worked so well with the tailgate handle I have controlling the heat, because it's cable controls for windshield and floor and cable controls for the heat settings as well, whereas something like my Blazer, for example, has vacuum controls for all of these guys. Little cubby here, some cheap aftermarket garbage gauges which work questionably. I don't even think I've checked the option codes of this truck. MM4, oh, it was a 4-speed truck. I thought it was a 5-speed. And where is the, oh, there it is right there. That one says GT4. And there is no G80 beside it. That means this is a 373 rear gear and it's an open rear end. If there were a G80 there, it would be a limited slip, which I guess that kind of sucks. What am I really complaining about? I bought a V8 swap truck for $1,200 Canadian. It's got the funky gauges, it's just got speed and gas, that's all you really need. Everything else is a dummy light. Someone took the time to put an automatic column in here with tilt, mind you. Well, that's very nice. They actually took the time to take the clutch pedal out. It does have the standard clutch pedal. The automatic one has a much wider brake pedal, and the bracket for the clutch is still up there. And I plan to convert this truck back to a standard eventually. It's good that it was originally a standard truck. Someone put these funky red Trans Am seats in here. They're actually the most uncomfortable seat I've ever sat in a truck, because I'm like straight backed here and way too close to the steering wheel for my liking. The headliner is falling down. There is no interior light, which is fun. Manual locks, manual windows, vinyl door panels, the old rubber floor mat, and then these cup holders that I made originally for Rat 10 are living its life in Farmy now. That about does it for the inside. Let's go back to the outside. Now, I have briefly gone over this truck a few times, but I've never really shown it in detail. The engine that's in here is a carbureted 305. That is confirmed. There's no like, oh, it's a mystery, it's a 350 maybe. No, if you check way in the back here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it like this, but you can see the casting number, and it comes back as about a 1980 305 from a Chevy pickup. Underneath this supposedly 1 year only 1974 Camaro air cleaner, I don't know if that's true. Seemed to be the only year that came with dual snorkels. We have this absolutely very well apparently cared for quadrajet carburetor. That's a lie. This thing is crusty and it's gross. Me and my dad kind of went through and just did a little bit of a tune-up on it. Your standard HEI distributor, I think it's got like a 20-degree advanced pod in here. The weights, I have no idea. I really shouldn't even be talking about carburetors because I don't know enough about them. Got an Edelbrock aluminum intake. It has, as far as I can tell, oh, there's a tag. These are, in fact, Hedman S10 V8 swap headers. Just recently put in some new old Bosch Platinum spark plugs, some spark plug wires, and the cap is new because the one that was on there was disgusting. Like I found out when I first dropped it off, it's got an electric fan on a switch, which is nice, and it's backed by a 700R4 automatic, which is okay. It's got good resale value for when I take it out for the 5-speed. It's got a super junk fuel pressure regulator. It works. I think, yes, it does indeed have power steering that someone added because it was a manual steering truck. I have since thrown on the wheels that were originally on Rat 10, the 5-spoke ZQ8s. The brake rotors look like they were done at some point. There's hardly even a ridge. I think the pads are still thick. And apart from that, the rear brakes are original. I haven't done a thing to this truck. So as it sits right here, as you've seen me drive it, this is how it's been since I brought it home. I'm now on the truck for a year. I drove it a ton last summer, and that's where the brake issues came into appearance. Both the back wheels are a little sticky. When you park it and go to drive it, it'll feel like your parking brake is stuck on, and then when you drive through it, it'll kind of release and get a little better. So I'm just gonna go through and redo the rear drum brakes and get it over with. I kind of want to test myself. I want to see how quickly we can get this all apart. So it's 9:04 now. Let's see how we do. Get that into the truck for some safety. Well, that's a good sign. These actually aren't that worn out. Dusty, but not bad. Okay, the parking brake on this side actually seems alright. Axle seal's not leaking. There's fluid here though, like the brakes have been messy for a bit, so let's see if we can do this stuff here properly. Oh, this tool is junk. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. What are the odds that comes loose though? No, dude. I don't own flare nut wrenches. Oh, we got it. Oh, wow.
It's actually loose from the brake line too. Pretty incredible for how rusty it is back here. Luckily I am small enough to fit under here. Hey, that's a good sign. That's one. Oh, I think we got it. Yeah! I guess I finally got to the point of doing enough of these. They actually come easily. That is disgusting. All right, how long did that take me to get apart? Less than 20 minutes. That's pretty good. 18? Nice. Call that a win. It's time to clean. Figures, in the time it took me to stand up and walk away from my camera to grab my cleaning materials, my GoPro died and I missed all of it because I didn't check. So it's clean now. Oh, that's kind of a lie. I didn't get the large amount of rust out of the clip hole here. Alright, now it's time for the absolute worst part of S10 drum brakes. If you've ever done a set of these yourself, you might know how notoriously difficult these clips can be. And I don't know if it's just me, but every time I do a set of wheel cylinders, the casting is awful and these holes are never cast right. Oftentimes the clip doesn't fit, oftentimes the wheel cylinder won't actually go into the hole of the dust shield. It's a mess. GM changed these in I think 1991 to a bolt-on style. And I wish I had a truck that new because these suck. My first main issue is these never seem to fit these holes. Will we get lucky? The answer looks like no. Okay, I just took the corners off of the casting. See if that was enough. There we go. Oh, god damn it, dude. God, yeah. There we go. Secured. Do up my line while I'm back here. That's weird. I've never seen painted drums from brand new. That's cool. Nope, that might be it there actually. Probably too much. Okay, I'm gonna save you the pain of watching that twice. I'm gonna go do the other side and then cut back to when we're getting the parking brakes done. Okay, this side came apart and went back together super easy. I didn't have any issues. The brakes are set as good as I care to. And now we need to go through and get the parking brake cables off.
Oh, I love general maintenance. The nice thing about putting new ones in here, I don't have to be careful taking these apart. This joining piece right here is gonna suck. And I should probably loosen this off while I'm looking at it. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some pliers on that. Goodbye. Yay! One. Nice. She's almost done. I just need to bleed the brakes. Conveniently, after the parking brakes, we're still in the middle of doing tuning on Rat 10, and if you're ever curious what got me into S10s in the first place, that would be this vehicle right here.
It's 25 years old now.
Yeah, that's 25-year-old paint on this thing.
And very dusty.
It's also dusty. He just brought it out of storage. It's pretty good. Now pop the hood. Yeah, I see a footprint right here. Surprised how dusty it is for the cover. Oh yeah.
Vintage Lincoln Felder horsepower.
The old beauty clip of it. Unchanged for basically 25 years. And the interior's all 89 Trans Am leather.
Yeah, 89 GTA with the rear seats restitched into the bench, so it's the same leather.
Yeah, that was both halves of the rear seat built into one, right?
Yep.
That was a cool truck.
Vintage GM.
I know that this is parked here. There's 5 of the damn things at my house. Okay, the parking brake is adjusted pretty well. A couple clicks. And she's solid. I'm doing this now because I forgot to record it before my GoPro died, and since my dad is here, we went to bleed brakes and proceeded to make a mess over the entire engine bay. So we're gonna try this again. My fat ass actually fits under this thing sitting up too. Okay.
Good for Mark to make a mess of it?
Yep. Okay, you're good. How's you feel?
Not bad.
Feel like brakes? That's it. The rear brakes are done. Thank fucking God. All right, the engine bay's hosed down. I forgot to record all of it because I suck. Look at that. She looks new. And there we go. Farmy's now back on the ground. The brakes are all done. The engine bay's clean, even though I didn't plan on doing that. And I think that's all I'm going to do for today's video. I did plan on doing a couple other little things to it, but the brakes delayed me a little bit and I got a little busy this week. So that's all you're going to get, kind of just a brief introduction and overview of what the truck is and where I'm going to be going with it. Since Rat 10 is getting so close to completion, me and my dad are still working on the tune for it off camera. We have sorted that out. It was a really simple issue that was causing Rat 10 to run, and it's something so obscure that I don't really think anyone would have called it. We just kind of happened to figure it out. So that's going to be coming in next week's video. I'll try to actually get some tuning footage in there as well. See if I can get my dad to explain it a little bit more than I can. And then we'll get into Farmy once Rat 10 is all done. And Farmy's going to be getting
lowered. It has a 305 in it. I'm probably going to be swapping that out for a 350 with like a mild cam, maybe some better heads. We'll see what I can find. And then I have that Jegs EFI that's going to go on that truck eventually, which I'm super excited for. And then in the future, it's going to get 5-speed swapped. Some other work like 4-link and coilovers, but that's like way down the line. So stay tuned for more on Farmy. I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and I hope you come back for more. Thanks for watching.